Hi guys, welcome to my December videos. This is Pisces Priestess, and for any of those that are new joining my channel, I want to thank you. And I also want to thank you guys for the last time I checked, there was 347 followers, and that is just so amazing to me. Now I'm aware that that's a small number. Some tarot readers have, well, I guess YouTube readers, some YouTube people, YouTubers, they have millions of followers, but I'm in my corner of the world. I'm one person. This is my story, and I can't believe that there are over 300 people who watch my videos and care about my messages, and that to me is just the best thing. I never thought that this would take off so fast, so I want to thank each and every one of you for subscribing to my channel. It means so much to me. Your comments mean so much, guys. And here I am in December recording the videos for you now. And, part of me can't believe it. Part of me is like, it's December, So, and it is an intense month indeed. We are in Sagittarius season this month. And at the end of the month, we will be entering in Capricorn season. Now, this month is all about, I would say the first half of the month is all about communication. It's all about enlightening truth. It's all about our beliefs. It's all about our higher knowledge. And I say this because we have a third house and a ninth house opposition. Every month we have, the moon has a chance to be full in light, and it has a chance to be completely absent in light. So we call that a full moon and a new moon. The new moon is going to be happening in a few days on the 18th, and it's going to be a new moon in Sagittarius. We had the full moon already. So if you're watching this, we experienced a full moon on the December 3rd. And you guys know me, I like to cover the astrology in my intro videos, and we'll talk a little bit more about some things that apply to the individual signs in the videos. So the first thing that really happened in December was that full moon. That full moon completely changed my life. It was very enlightening. It was a very mutable moon. We always have a mutable moon before we have a cardinal moon. And that's very interesting. I am a mutable sign. The mutable signs are Virgo, Pisces, Gemini, and Sagittarius. We're in a mutable season, okay? And it makes sense why mutable would come before cardinal, because mutable signs are all about change. It's all about adaptability. So a lot of people don't realize this, but whatever season we're in, it kind of flows with that kind of change. So when we reach a mutable signs represent the end. We start out with Aries, and then we go, that's a cardinal, and then we go to Taurus, and that's fixed. And then we move to Gemini, and that is mutable. And then there's 3. And then we start again to Cancer, and that will be a cardinal. So we've reached Sagittarius season, and that means that it's like a cycle almost that's ending. And it makes sense that it's mutable, because in order to create action, which is what a cardinal sign would be, and that would be Capricorn energy coming in, we had to initiate change. You can't apply action to something before changing, okay? You have to make the decision to change before you can, make action towards something. So that's how our universe works, and right now it's a time for change. Everybody is changing in so many different ways. You thought that was just in Scorpio season, huh? But it's definitely kicking off here in Sagittarius season. Another thing is, around this time of year, there's a lot of other changes happening as well. We come up on the winter solstice, and that's the shortest day of the year. Very, very powerful day of the year. That would be on the 21st. Some people consider it to be on the 22nd. But I would say the 21st is the winter solstice. Now, we're jumping a little bit ahead. We have a few things happening before that. So we covered the full moon in Gemini. So that was completions, and that's happening in different areas of our life, you guys. I'll talk a little bit about that in the videos here. And then we had a Mercury retrograde on the same day as the Gemini full moon. I'm sure if you watch other readers, they're talking about this as well. It's very interesting because Gemini is ruled by Mercury. So for Mercury to go retrograde on the same day as a Gemini full moon, very significant. We had that. It's been retrograde for a couple weeks now, week and a half, and it will go back direct on the 22nd, okay? Then, of course, I wanted to mention on the 18th, we have a Sagittarius stellium in the sky. Okay, that's very important in different areas of our life, guys. Very important to know where Sagittarius is for us. For example, for me, a Pisces, Sagittarius is my 10th house. Okay, so that's all about career, it's all about long-term goals, things like that. So it's wise to know where Sagittarius falls in your chart and also in your personal chart. In my personal chart, Sagittarius falls in my 12th house, in my 11th house. So there's going to be a stellium there for me, and well, for us. And what a stellium is when three or more planets are coupled together in the sky. So on that day, okay, especially very, very important for Sagittarius, but very important for all of us because we're all under the same universe. We all connected to the same light. And, you know, this is going to be very, very important for us. All about our beliefs, all about higher knowledge, even travel, philosophy. So we're going to have the sun in Sagittarius on the 18th. We're going to have the moon. We're going to have Saturn. We're going to have Venus. And we're also going to have, what is that last planet? Mercury? It might be Mercury. But I know that there are 5 planets. It is Mercury. It is Mercury. Mercury is going to be in Sagittarius until... I know it moves into Capricorn, but it might not move into Capricorn this month. I'm not sure. So it will be Mercury though. I don't have here that Mercury's moving right now. So there's going to be that powerful stellium in Sagittarius. I wanted to mention that to you guys. We had Chiron go direct in Pisces. Very, very important. Moving forward with pain. Whereas before we were dealing with a lot of past pain. So now this is the chance to heal ourselves in the moment. We went back into the past for a really long time to heal past wounds, okay? That's the wounded healer, Chiron. We had Mars enter Scorpio on the 9th. We have a Saturn entering Capricorn. Okay, that is one of the most, I would say one of the most important astrological aspects this month. Okay, we all have Capricorn in a different spot in our chart, you guys, but Capricorn is ruled by Saturn. So Saturn is coming home, all right? I'm going to try my best to do Saturn videos. I think I'm going to schedule them in around, because I never do my videos before around the 15th. I like the month to take its course for a couple months. That way I can work with the energy. I can feel what's already happened. It comes out in my readings. We could talk about what's happening now, and then we can talk about what's going to happen. So a past, present, and future type of thing. With that being said, I'll probably wait for Saturn to be in Capricorn for about a week. And at the same time, I have a Cap rising, so I believe I'm going to be doing a lot of meditations and just initiations with my ruling planet. So yeah, I'll probably be able to get to those Saturn videos beginning of January, I want to say. Okay, so be on the lookout for my Saturn videos. I'm going to record what I think Saturn means in astrology and what I think Saturn will be doing. We're all going to have our karma shift. Saturn rules is the lord of karma. So, you know, instead of it being in the 9th house of Sagittarius, it's going to move into Capricorn, the 10th house, but it's a different house for all of us. So after that, Saturn moves into Capricorn. I mean, it's like boom, boom, boom. 18th, we have a new moon. 19th, we have Saturn moving into Capricorn. 21st, we have a winter solstice. The sun moves into Capricorn the 21st too. On the 25th, Venus moves into Capricorn. And of course, for those of you who celebrate Christmas, that would be Christmas there. And then we have a happy numerology year. I myself, as an astrologer, I consider the new year to start on March 20th when the sun enters Aries. Yay! That will be that's when the whole universe shifts paradoxes, right? But numerology has a factor here. So instead of 2017, universal year 1, and I should do a whole video on universal year 1. Our universe has these 10-year cycles, right? And 2017 was a brand new cycle. It was a universal year 1. And I'm not hearing a lot of astrologers talking about that. So I might do my best to put out a video soon about that as well, perhaps at the end of January when we're in a universal year 2. So, you know, we're officially initiating, and we've ended the first chapter to a new cycle, and then we'll be entering chapter 2, universal year 2. Also, I do believe next month we have an Aquarius eclipse. I did put that down here at the bottom, but I believe I will talk about that a little bit more next month. And another thing I didn't put here is around the 19th, when Saturn moves into Capricorn, we're also going to be on the cusp of prophecy, okay? Very powerful cusp, and I believe it would end on the 25th when Venus enters Capricorn. So very powerful month. That was just a little bit of my basic notes. I don't want to make this intro video too long because my videos, guys, are pretty long this month. Now, I do want to talk a little bit about the readings that what you can look forward to in my video. So this month I wanted to do a 9-card spread because Sagittarius is the 9th sign. I'm using, I guess I should have got these out before, but I'm using my Indigo Angel deck. I thought that was so beautiful. Sagittarius is such a light sign. You know, they are the mutable fire sign, very, very light sign, very, very light energy. So I'm going to be using my Indigo Angel deck to get the first 9 cards, and then of course I'll be using the original Whiter Ray Tarot. Kind of as clarifiers, but as more so as an extension, just to get a better idea of what the energies have been. I've done a few readings. Sorry guys, my voice is a little cracky, but I've done a few readings already, and they are very powerful, very, very powerful. They're a little bit longer because obviously there's 9 cards, and then I put 9 cards over that, so 9 plus 9 is 18, 8 plus 1 is 9. So I thought that was very beautiful to have some numerology playing. I like to have a theme sometimes, so I have this kind of 18 card spread this month, guys. It's a lot of cards, but it's what do you expect with this? Is kind of what these readings are becoming is kind of an overlook of the whole year. Okay, there's a lot of energy coming up, and it's because I'm a Pisces. You know, I represent the last house of the zodiac. So 12 is a very powerful number for me. You know, I didn't even really realize that, but we're in the 12th month. Spirit works in 12s a lot, and it's because 1 plus 2 is 3, and Spirit works in trinities. So this is a very powerful month numerology wise. The 12th of this month, 12/12, was a very powerful day as well. So we're really, really coming up on the end of a cycle here, guys, and December is what is the symbols behind that. It's kind of symbolic for that. So that's what I'm doing for the readings. And also I want to thank Capricorn and Sagittarius because I was looking, I wanted to start doing kind of some giveaways type of things, making my readings a little special. So I looked, I'm not sure how it is now, but I looked about the beginning of January. I looked at my videos, checked the feedback, and Capricorn had the most likes. Sagittarius had the most views. So I will be pulling an extra card for your guys' reading this month, and it's going to be from the Wisdom of the House of Knights. I figured, you know, that would be a nice, because these cards here really cover some hidden energies. It's all about the night and what's hidden. And since there's so much light going on, you know, it might be nice to know what's behind the scenes. So Sagittarius, Capricorn, thank you so much for liking my videos and for, you know, viewing my videos. It kind of worked out because this is your guys' birthday month, so happy birthday. This is my present to you. And next month we'll see who has the most views and who has the most likes, and I will do something fun with that. Also guys, I am adding sage this month to my videos. I have incense and I have sage. I think incense are a very, very powerful method of honoring the air element and honoring the fire element. Incense are air and fire, and that's exactly what we're dealing with this month, is Sagittarius, a fire sign, and air, Gemini. So I'm working with incense for everybody. That's for all the videos. I thought about maybe having that as my giveaway, like maybe some videos have an incense, but actually I'm just in need. These are very powerful energies this month, guys. I'm tapping into a lot of things behind the scenes. You know, I'm going to get some very powerful messages out here so that we could head into our new year, so we can head into 2018, I should say, with clear intent. There's been a lot that's happened this year. 2017 was an extremely enlightening year for me, and I hope it was for you guys too. Now, enlightening isn't always easy. It can be very hard to wake up to the truth and to see things that you didn't see before. So, excuse me, my throat chakra. But yeah, it can be very, very intense waking up to all these things, and I think we've come a long way. I think it's been extremely transforming, and I'm actually very proud of all of us, especially those of us who went inside, went inwards, and done the work needed. Those people, we're really going to be rewarded this month. We're really going to be rewarded next year, okay? So I do think that that's all, guys. Those are the readings I'm doing. I'm really excited to get the rest of them done. Very, very, very special, powerful messages. And other than that, you guys, we made it. It's the end of the year. I can't believe it. But I hope you have the rest of the, I don't know what time, when you guys are going to be watching this, but I hope you have the rest of the great, I always can't say that part. I hope you have, I hope the rest of your month is great. Okay, this is what I mean. There's a lot of energies. It's a lot to cover, but I'm going to do my best to just, you know, go with the flow. That's what's best for me. And, you know, maybe that will be what's best for you too, especially with all these energies going on here. Okay. I do hope you enjoy your readings this month, and I hope you enjoy your holiday and your new year. And other than that, I will talk to you guys next year. See you later. Aries, hi. Wasn't sure if that was recording at first. Welcome to December, guys. Woo, okay, very intense months. Very intense month, I meant to say. Alright, so, well, my incense went out. I was just going to mention to you that I have an incense here burning. I've added a few things to my spiritual repertoire, I guess I could say. I did sage before your video, so the energies are pretty clear. And then I have the incense that I'm using, I just wanted to show you guys, is Divine Blessings. And I'm pretty sure you can find this at any spiritual store, but it's one of my favorite smells. I might have to put it out, but it helps me, you know. So if you see smoke, you know, I'm not like blowing down a joint or something like that. It's just, yeah, it's just my incense. Hello, Aries. Okay, so we went over a lot of the astrology in the intro video. So I really just want to focus on the energy that, oh, I love that smell. I just want to focus on the energy that pertains to you, Aries. So this is the last month of 2017, right? So we're closing out a year here, even though, you know, as I mentioned, March 20th is the astrological new year, when the sun enters your guys' sign. So you guys actually symbolize, you know, the real new year, I guess I would say, as an astrologer, because you guys are the first sign. But you know, numerology takes its factors here, and we will be entering into a new numerology year. So you know, it will no longer be 2017; it'll be 2018. How cool! Archangel Michael is on the bottom of the deck. I didn't even intentionally do that, but we see this fire here, and I'm thinking that this card is very important in the Sagittarius season because Archangel Michael is actually illustrated on the Temperance card. Okay, so when I think of Archangel Michael, I think very much Sagittarius. He's a very powerful archangel, and you can call on him anytime to help assist you. I've been having some trouble sleeping the last week since that Gemini moon, which we're getting ready to talk about. So I've literally called on all four archangels. There's more than four archangels, but I call on the four sacred archangels of every corner of the universe when my mind won't shut off, and I instantly go to sleep, you know. So angels really are here to help assist you, and that's part of the reason why I'm going to be using my Indigo Angel deck this month. Sagittarius, well, all fire signs are pretty light. You know, fire is a very light element. It actually supplies heat and light. So yeah, I really, the energies are light this month, so I've been using this angel deck for my Tarot Tuesdays, and I really wanted to use this deck, this for the readings, you know. All right, so Aries, this month of December was all about your communication and your higher thinking. Okay, and I say that because we had, every month is an opposition, right? So we had a full moon in Gemini this month, and we're going to have a new moon in Sagittarius. So the sun has entered your 9th house of higher thinking, philosophy, your beliefs, higher travel in a certain way. So this is all about your beliefs. This is all about communicating your beliefs. So, you know, it's been a couple weeks into December. I'm recording this on the 13th, just in case any of you were wondering. And yeah, so you know, we're pretty into Sagittarius season, and we'll be approaching Capricorn season soon, which is a cardinal sign. It may you might feel more comfortable with those cardinal energies. I know I feel comfortable with mutable energies since I'm a Pisces. So I'm gonna put this incense out, guys, just because I just wanted to get some of the energies here for you, Aries. Divine blessings for Aries. Okay. Smells so good. So, anyways, all about the third house, all about the ninth house. The third and the ninth house are opposition. So we did have that Gemini full moon on the third. How was it, guys? That Gemini moon, I'm telling you, every full moon, every mutable, you know, we have Pisces and Gemini and Virgo and Sagittarius, and those are all the mutable signs. Mutable signs symbolize great change. Mutable signs are constantly changing as people. So when the moon is full in a mutable sign, it's able to touch areas in our life that are ever changing. And whereas some people may struggle with change, you know, those full moons in those signs, it really comes and helps with those with the mutability of our life, I guess I want to say. And just as the cardinal moons always apply action, right? You're a cardinal sign, Aries. I just had an Aries friend. I'm not trying to pay attention to my phone under here, but my friend Aries friend just texted me, so that's like kind of a synchronicity there. Hi, Brooke. You're texting me during a video. But it's okay, I'll text it back later. So yeah, Aries, this is all about your communication. I feel is really big this month, and I feel like your beliefs. So it could be even communication with beliefs. Now, is there any? Oh, Aries, you also have Uranus, whatever, in your sign. This is the only planet that spins on its side. This is the ruling planet of Aquarius. It's all about the taboo, right? This is a taboo planet. This is all about change. So, you know, you probably are changing a lot, especially as Uranus is entering the last degrees of your sign, because it's really initiating some last minute changes with you. So there's that too, Aries. Now let me just focus here on the astrology part, because you know I like to go over a little bit of the astrology. So I would say the full moon in Gemini initiated a lot of completions in communication with you, Aries. So on the 3rd, when we had that full moon, we also had a Mercury retrograde. Mercury is going retrograde in your guys' 9th house. So we could be doing some time traveling as Aries. I'm not an Aries, but just identifying with you guys. You guys could be doing some time traveling back into the past to reconsider some of your beliefs. You know, your beliefs could be changing, and Mercury rules the mind, so you could even be thinking more about your beliefs, or what you used to believe, or what you believe now. Mercury is also a communication planet, so you could be going back in time, communicating with people about your beliefs, or communicating with people of belief, something along those lines there. And we also have a new moon in your 9th house, so on the 18th, could be very possible that you guys initiate new changes and new meaning in your beliefs. And I'm looking out my window, so if it looks weird, guys, I need to look more at you, but I got the window open and it's snowing like a dog outside. And so I'm just gonna, you know, I just like to veer off and just talk to you, so don't think I'm just crazy. But yeah, new moon in Sagittarius, you guys, and this is a fire sign. We're in a fire season also, so maybe you've been able to feel the fire, maybe you've felt that a little bit more. And this is a fire-air opposition, so, you know, air ignites fire. So full moon in your house of communication, maybe not talking to certain people anymore. Maybe it's talking to new people, you know. And then the new moon on the 18th in Sagittarius, new beginnings in your beliefs, new beginnings in travel, new beginnings in your philosophy of life, okay? So very powerful 3 and 9 energies for you this month, Aries. And the rest, I believe I covered. Well, I guess we could talk a little bit about Mars being in Scorpio. Mars is your ruling planet, Aries, and Scorpio is your planetary sister sign. So Mars entered Scorpio on the 8th and the 9th. So, you know, just something to keep in mind there. Mars is the planet of war. Mars is the planet of action and attraction and desire, you know, so this is a very fiery planet, and it's in Scorpio, so I believe that would be beneficial as your sister sign. It would kind of be like Neptune being in Sagittarius for me, because me and Sagittarius are kind of brother and sister, right? So that was something there, just because it's your ruling planet, I just wanted to mention it to you personally. But it's enough talking about astrology, I guess. I just want to make sure I cover everything there, but I think I did. So I'm going to set this down there, and we are going to ask the angels what kind of messages need to come out for Aries. So angels, this is for the month of December, the last month of 2017, okay? And we're going to get 9 cards for Aries. And then we're going to get 9 right or wait original tarot cards. So these messages are for Aries. I contact Aries energy on the zodiac wheel and in the universe. Hello, Aries energy. Whoa. Hello, Aries energy. Okay. So we had, oh wow. Alright. So I'm not going to use these for your spread, Aries, but these did fly out. And we have send love and you are loved. Okay, so someone watching my video needs to hear these messages. So I'm sending you love, Aries. This is a sign to send you love. And this is also, like, how beautiful for these cards to come out. Aries, you are so loved, okay? I love you very much. And the universe loves you too. Do you see how the universe just sent you this divine message of love? And the angels are also showing you love too. So we have this beautiful, you are loved. And you see how the rose is behind his back? It's like there's someone out there, there's an Aries, or there's like someone that needs to hear this message right now. You're not really sure if someone loves you. I'm also hearing that you're not really, maybe some of you are single. I'm seeing, see this single rose and this, how there's only one person in each of these cards. So some of you are wondering if you're ever going to find that soulmate, or if you're ever going to find that, I don't know, there's something here with love with you, Aries. Like, this is a very powerful message to come out together. This is not a mistake. This is not a coincidence. So you are loved, Aries, and I'm sending you love, and I'm sending you love and light, positive vibrations with this reading. I don't know whose energy just came through and who needed to hear that, but the universe wants you to know that you are very loved, Aries. Woo, my heart feels full right now. I'm about to cry. I don't want to cry. I'm so serious. My eyes are watering. That was like a really powerful message there. Okay, wow. I love you guys. Love you, Aries, so much. Sending love to Aries energy. Sending love collectively to Aries energy. Anyone that may be struggling, anyone who feels alone, may they please find the love within the universe and the love within themselves. Alright, let's get going with your reading. I'm sitting kind of weird. And I'm hoping that we have enough space for this. I tried to clear it as much as I could, because this is going to be a pretty large reading, and these readings might be longer, but hey, this is what my mind wanted to do for this month, so we're doing it. So let's get some messages. Spirit, whatever cards fall out, I'm going to lay. Because sometimes, you know, I don't like to, when the cards fall out, I don't lay them. But for this specific time, whoa. Okay. So this is going to be a card that we lay. Of course. First card out is believe in yourself. Aries, believe in yourself. Believe in yourself. So that is your first card. And I think I'm going to, ooh, another one popped over. Ask for a sign. Okay, I need to clear off my desk more. Because this is a large reading. I don't know what I was thinking, but I can't have all this on my desk. Alright, let's get some more energies for Aries. This is going to be a larger reading, guys, but I'm patient. I hope you're patient too. And I hope you're ready for an extremely relatable and accurate reading for your souls. Aries. Let's contact Aries energy. This is Aries, 2017, December. What messages can we send to Aries? What should we talk about today? Give me the right messages, Spirit. Clear, profound messages. Please tap into my intuitive ways. Expression. Of course that will come out for you, cardinal fire signs. Are you expressing yourself? Ask for a sign for how to express yourself. Love yourself, Aries. I love this reading. Okay. Woo, it's going to get deep up in here today. But y'all like that, right? Y'all like deep? Alright, let's get some more energies. Aries. What can we talk about with Aries angels? Let's spread some messages to Aries today. Aries is a fire sign. The Ram. The I Am Ram. Aries, 2017, December messages, please. Okay, so we had 3 cards pop out, and I told Spirit that I would use them. So we have Make a Wish, Show Appreciation, and Divine Purpose. So we're going to be getting 2 more cards. So we're going to have a 3-card spread here, and I wish you guys could see it. I might try to move my freedom. I might try to move my computer so that you guys can see it better. I don't like my angle. I'm sorry, guys. I'm just trying to get comfortable. I feel pretty comfortable, though. It's a little hot in here, but, you know, what could I expect with Aries reading? Y'all be bringing the heat. One more card. One more divine card. And then, of course, a very special bottom of the deck for Aries, please. One more card, Spirit. Please hone in on one card. Thank you, Spirit. Patience. So it's so interesting that we have your reading ending with patience, Aries. How beautiful. So we have 9 cards here. And at the bottom of the deck, we have nature. And it's so interesting because this card came out for Tarot Tuesday. And there is a little bit of a glare, guys, because my window's open. But I think we'll be okay. I think it's all right. Now, all right, guys, we need to talk a little bit real quick because I'm not sure with Aries. You guys are always my first readings, right? Like I always start my readings with Aries because you guys are the first astrology sign. You guys can kind of see it. There's your reading. Hello. But yeah, so I'll do my best. I guess that's kind of good. You can't see my face, but it'll be all right. Okay, so here's the question. I'm just gonna have to hone in on your energy because I'm not sure if I want to explain these. I know what we should do. I've thought about your reading all month, Aries, and you know what I'm gonna do for you guys? I don't know why, but I'm being led because we're gonna get 9 cards also because, you know, 9 and 9 is 18 and 8 plus 1 is 9 and Sagittarius is the 9th sign. So I'm going to go ahead and get these cards for you now, too. That way we can just talk about their reading. And I might not do everybody's like that, but I've had several, I don't know, I felt like I was supposed to do that for you guys. I don't know. We'll see how it goes for you. And I hope you don't mind that you're kind of a trial and error thing. But I know if it goes good for Aries, that it'll go good for everyone. You know what I mean? So we're going to try your guys' reading with doing it both at the same time. Okay, this is going to be awesome, you guys. I like these readings. I've never, whoops, talking too much. I've never done readings like this. Okay, I told Spirit, but I don't believe this is the Moon, the 10 of Cups, and the Death card. Okay, so these messages came out for someone. This is a Pisces and a Scorpio and 10 of Cups in the middle of it. So that's very interesting. Immediately I'm thinking of, oops, Mars and Scorpio here because this is the Death card. You guys could be going through some transformations within the home because the 10 of Cups is all about, you know, emotional fulfillment and being fulfilled in the home life. I mean, it's a very, very happy card. The 10 of Cups is. Okay, there's happy family life. The children are frolicking and playing. There's a river and there's a house. So this is very beautiful. So I don't know, the Moon card is coming out here. So, you know, if the Moon doesn't mean Pisces, it also means what's hidden. So there could be some hidden transformations going on with you, Aries, this month in the home. That's a pretty deep message there. Let me just hone in a little bit because I don't feel pressed for time. I don't mind. I'm trying to just do a reading. So we have some transformations coming in. So your emotions are transforming, Aries, and the way that you feel emotionally fulfilled and complete. This is just emotional completions, right? And it's interesting that this will come out with the Moon. So, you know, on that Gemini full moon, you could have went through some certain completions and new beginnings in a home life or in a family life. And this is behind the scenes. Scorpio is a very hidden energy. Pisces and the Moon are very hidden energies. And then we have the 10 of Cups right in the middle. So, whoa, dude. Whoa. But that did fly out for you guys. Alright, guys. Aries energy. Aries. Thank you. Oh, wow. Do you see what cards just flew out again? Death in the 10 of Cups. So, I'm sorry, Spirit. That was meant for Aries. And that was meant for Aries. Okay, so that was just very magical. That was just very magical. I love, and the Moon card didn't pop out again. And I think the reason it popped out at first because these were completions and there's certain things that happen. Something happened for you guys, so pay attention. Pay attention to, well, not pay attention, but I guess what I wanted to say was go back to when it was the 3rd and when Mercury went retrograde and when there was a full moon in Gemini. Go back to that And think about any initiations that happened that day. Think about anything emotional. Who were you around? What conversations did you have? Because the moon came out, and it could have had something to do with the Pisces. But then, you know, obviously the Pisces card wasn't that important because, wow, you guys have a pretty powerful reading. But because what I was saying is that the Pisces card didn't pop out again. So, you know, but what did pop out again is that 10 of Cups and the Death. So that was very much meant for you, Aries. And I just thought maybe it was an additional message, but when Spirit shows me something again, ooh, it gives me chills. It gives me, I completely respect and understand Spirit. So, all right, let's get 3 more cards for Aries, and then we'll get going and we'll interpret this reading for you, all right? I know it's kind of long, but trust me, the messages are going to be worth it this month. So we need 3 more cards. And I was going to say preferably, whoa, this is, I was going to say scary, but that just isn't the right vibration. This is intense. Like watering of the eyes, bone chilling. Like we need to make sure you're preparing yourself, okay? You've got about 2 more minutes or so to prepare yourself for this reading because we're getting ready to discuss some very serious matters for you, Aries. This is beautiful. 2 more cards, please, from the Divine Spirit. One more card, please. And then a beautiful message, a beautiful, accurate message at the bottom of the deck for Aries, please. Whoa. Well, this isn't one card, but we do have some fire energy coming up. We have the 10 of Wands, the 8 of Wands, and the Star card. So what this is telling me is there was a wish. I don't know why I'm always backwards, but the Star card is all about a wish. It's all about healing. It's the Aquarius card, so some of you may be dealing with an Aquarius in some shape or form. So this is coming up, guys, and this is you. This is wishing on a star. So make a wish, and maybe you already made a wish because I see that coming in very, very fast for you guys. So this middle card here, this is the 8 of Wands, and it's very, very quick energy, and it's a lot of people see this as arrows. So I see a certain wish or a certain fulfillment or a certain healing taking place in Sagittarius season for you guys. This is fiery arrows being shot in one direction, right? It's very quick movement. So we have this coming up with, so very quick healing. And there's a burden. You see this card here. This card here, the 10 of Wands. This is someone who's working very hard and they feel overburdened. So, you know, there's a wish, a very heavy, fast, quick, fiery wish that is coming your guys' way as well. Now, Spirit, if that was meant for Aries, have those cards pop out again, please. But I'm just looking for one more card. Whoa. Bottom of the deck, Aries, is the 4 of Wands. And let me tell you, I watch a lot of different tarot videos. This card is coming up so much for you, Aries. So the 4 of Wands, not only is it a fire energy, because wands are fire in tarot, but this is also a marriage or some type of divine union. If you want to take a closer look, this is a celebration. And, you know, those 2 people do look like they're getting married, but this is a party. You know, the holidays are coming up, so there might be some type of party or something that you go to where you meet someone. I'm not sure, Aries, but please, please study this 4 of Wands. We'll talk more about the 4 of Wands when we get to the bottom of the deck. But let's start this reading. So we have 18 cards here for you, Aries, and we're going to interpret them together. I like this. I'm probably going to do it like this for everybody. So the angel message that we first got for you, Aries, is to believe in yourself. This card also came out for Tarot Tuesday a week ago. Now, if you can see here, we see this lady, and she's at the end of her rope, right? She's hanging on for dear life. And this card talks about seeing yourself in a way that the divine sees you. Sometimes we get so earthy and we get so caught up in our insecurities in the ways that Earth is pretty harsh, okay? It's a very realistic place. And we're far away from our divinity. You know, I believe that we're all from a different dimension and that there's our souls, you know, we're not only human and we're mind, body, and soul. So what it's talking about is that magical place that we all remember and that we all miss. You know, isn't it weird how we all miss something that we can't really put a name on? It's a feeling. It's that whole feeling of being accepted and the feeling of being home, I guess, when we're spirit. So this is coming through right now because there's a need for you to believe in yourself, okay? And this could be very basic, as in, you know, job interviews, anything like that. Whatever you're tackling in the month of December, and actually forever. For the whole next year, Aries, you know, you really want to believe in yourself. You're the first sign. You're the cardinal fire sign. You have lots of passion and you have a lot of expression, which also came up in your reading. So you want to believe in yourself in every shape and form. Whatever it is that you're doing, because I'm talking to hundreds of people right now. And whatever you're doing, you know, you really want to believe in yourself. This angel, this is one of her down moments, but she is hanging on to that rope. Even though she's at the end of her rope and she could let go, she's not going to. She's going to hang on. She's going to hang on tight. And she's going to see herself the way God sees her, which is perfect. This also talks about having unlimited possibility. This talks about unlimited potential. So the angels want you to know that you have unlimited potential when it comes to your hopes, dreams, and wishes. And it's interesting that that star card came up. So some of you have a wish. Some of you made a wish recently, and whatever your intuition is telling you right now, just know that that wish was heard by the angels, and all you have to do now is believe in yourself and see yourself good enough. So if you have a wish for love, I don't know why I'm thinking that, but if you have a wish for a divine union or a soulmate, first you have to believe in yourself, Aries. You have to hang on a little longer and just become the energy that you want to find in another person. Love yourself in the way that you would like to love another person, or that you would like a person to love you. So see yourself as as the divine sees you, Aries. And, you know, don't be too hard on yourself. You're beautiful, and if you did happen to let go, you see those beautiful wings there, so you would fly. Now, the Believe in Yourself card is being validated by the Seven of Wands. So we have these two energies here. So it's interesting, Aries. I'm seeing you guys elevated. This guy is on the top of a hill or a mountain. There is a little bit of emotional avoidance here. So there could be some of you who are trying to avoid your emotions in a certain situation. But I do see that you guys are in a rather emotional state in December. And you could be feeling a little bit down about certain things. Something, unfortunately, has made you question the belief in yourself. And that is just not okay. We always want to be believing in ourselves, even when especially when we're in situations like this. Because this is a guy he's climbed his way to the top in a sense. And he's got a lot of fire and passion backing himself up with this wand that you see him holding. But he's actually in a fight with people. And I hate this card. And I know that's a strong word. But this card, to me, speaks to enemies without a face. Because these energies down here are all attached to men or women or just enemies for that matter. And they're poking up at this guy, trying to get him off his feet. They're trying to take his throne, all right? So Aries, there are certain situations in December, and I want you to do your best to identify the people, places, and things, the energy, okay? There's energy below you right now, and it's causing you to avoid your emotions. It's causing you to feel like you're on the defense, okay? So you really want to believe in yourself. And it's so interesting that these two people are at the same situation. This lady's at the end of her rope, right? She's feeling discouraged, but she's holding on tight. Well, this guy is also holding on tight as well. He's holding on tight to he is believing in himself. He believes in himself enough to keep fighting these energies that he can't necessarily see. So this could even be speaking to psychic attacks for some of you. So what is a psychic attack? It's when you're just chilling and when you just randomly get anxiety. Or you could be going out and this is, you know, the time of year when a lot of you are shopping and getting gifts for people or whatever. You ever go to a grocery store or a store and then you just get anxiety and you think it's just because you have social anxiety, but really it's because some bitch in the third aisle threw an energy ball at you and now her anxiety is projected onto you. So, woo! You really want to believe in yourself, Aries, and you want to believe in the fact that you're strong enough to take on these energies, because and I'm seeing these energies as people who aren't emotional. So there's people in your life who aren't as emotional as you. And since this is a fire energy, the wands, they're not as passionate as you either. So you feel the need that you have to fight them, or that they're trying to fight you, or this is, you know what I mean? It's a hard energy to explain, but it's just giving me the feeling of people poking and prodding at you and bothering you, right? And it's just putting you on this, in this, you know, they want you to feel like you're at the end of your rope when really you're at the highest. So there's a high and a low here. So there's something here with Aries having highs and lows this month, right? So we're really sorting out the highs and the lows, and that's very interesting that we would be in a high and a low season, because we have Sagittarius the high and Gemini the low. And I don't mean that in a negative way. It's just Gemini is the lower form of communication, and then Sagittarius is that more expansive, higher thought. So there could be something going on there too. There could be some kind of disagreements or arguments, but the main message here, Aries, is to stay on top, stay fiery, continue to believe in yourself, and you will be this guy. You will stand tall on your mountain, because you've worked hard to climb there, right? So now we have ask for a sign, and we see this beautiful full moon behind this lady, and then we see these beautiful butterflies that she's releasing and letting go. So butterflies symbolize transformation, and transformation is death and rebirth. So there's certain things that you're letting go, Aries. You're just letting, you want a sign. You want a sign to show you where you're transforming at. And it's interesting that there's a full moon behind her, because this moon, you know, that Gemini moon, it was in your third house of communication, and you could even be communicating with higher beings. But nonetheless, I see you asking for a sign, and if you're not, some of you who are confused or lost or don't know the way, or you need answers, ask for a sign from the divine. And it's as simple as asking the universe, okay, universe, if I'm on my right path, show me the number 6 today. And I promise you, you will see, if you're on your path, you will see the 6. Or you can ask Spirit to show you a sign if you're not. So it could be something as simple as, if I'm not on my right path, universe, show me a cat. It's whatever you and the universe want to agree with each other. And it could be butterflies for some of you. So you know what? If you see, and it's kind of winter right now, so I don't really know of any butterflies outside, but some of you could be living in areas where there are butterflies. So, you know, if you see a butterfly this month in December, and I mean on TV too. So if you're watching a show and you see a butterfly, just know that that is the universe showing you that, Aries, you're changing. You're changing, you're transforming. There's certain part. This is happening for everybody right now, but it's definitely happening for the first sign of the universe, Aries. It is. You guys are definitely transforming, and you're getting ready for that solar return, because before you know it, it'll be Aries season. You know, we're coming up on 2018 very quickly here. So the universe is asking you to ask for a sign about what you should let go of, right? You don't want anything negative or old energy. You don't want anything that isn't serving you to come along with you in the new year, right? I know you don't, Aries. You're all about action. You're all about forthrightness. You're all about headstrong and power. And I don't mean power in a bad way. You guys are very powerful people. So with that being said, I know there's no way in hell that you guys would want baggage of any sort. This doesn't seem like baggage. It seems like she's letting go of that baggage. And, you know, there's a full moon behind her symbolizing the new beginnings and completions. And then it's interesting that we have the butterflies here flying away. So let the parts of you that no longer serve you fly away beautifully. Wish them the best, whether it's people, places, or things. And it's interesting, we had that 10 of Cups come out with this card, Aries. So you want to, a lot of you need to ask for a sign. Specifically those of you who aren't feeling emotionally fulfilled in love matters or in the home. Some of you may be wanting to move, or to move with a person, or to share harmony with a person, right? You just want to feel emotionally content, and maybe you don't know exactly how to go about that. Well, for some of you, you're being led to let those emotions go, or let this perfect picture idea go. But for the most part, I feel as if you need to ask for a sign. And it needs to relate to this kind of completion here, because this is a 10. This is a 10 card, so it's interesting that completions are coming up, because we have this full moon here, and we have these butterflies, and we have this 10 of Cups. So this is emotional completions, and you really want to ask for a sign. You know, any sign that you want. If you want to ask for a sign to validate that you did the right thing, or that you made the right choice. Or some of you, since it's the 10 of Cups, you're just going to ask for a sign of emotional fulfillment. You want to ask, you know, the universe or God or whatever you believe in, what do I do next? You know, what do I do to get this feeling? I want to feel emotionally content with someone. I want love. I want happiness. I want these emotional completions to serve me the best. So what do I do next, universe? What do I do next, God? You know, and I think that's what this is meaning here. And I think that a lot of this initiated on the third, you know, on that Gemini full moon. And it's interesting because ask for a sign is a form of communication. You're asking a question. So you're asking for validation. Okay, and there's something there too, Aries. I don't know why I just heard this, but you definitely don't need to ask anybody for validation of your emotions. If you feel something, not only in December, but whenever you feel it, you don't need to ask for validation for that. You know, you might as well let that fly. And it's interesting. We have a lot of wings depicted in this picture too. So you want to take flight, Aries. You want to take emotional flight. It's interesting. These people have their hands spread out, and there's these children playing, and it's kind of like those people their hands are open in a form of receiving, like they're embracing the harmony that they see around them, the house, the emotions that are symbolized in the water, the grounded trees that you see in the distance, and everything. This is a beautiful energy. And I'm not sure what kind of sign you're looking for, Aries, but the universe is saying that you can ask for a sign. If you want this feeling with somebody, you want to feel this again, so ask for a sign. And I do believe the home life, there's a lot completing right now. So it's really good to ask for a sign when there's so many new beginnings and endings happening, because things are changing. And I was saying this a while ago, a couple days ago, that when everyone's in this transformative state, it's kind of hard to know how people feel. And it's interesting that feelings are coming up for you, because this is as feely as it gets. There ain't no 11 of cups. There is the Ace of Cups, and you have that in your reading as well. But yeah, this is intense. So there's something there with emotions. I feel a lot of emotions in that Ten of Cups card, and it can mean anything, you know. So ask for a sign. And if you see any rainbows, okay, and that's very, very broad. Like if you see anything that's rainbow colored, or your chakras, you know, the star card did come up for you, so your chakras are coming up. Ask for a sign when it comes to your chakras. Ask for a sign when it comes to, you know, if you see a rainbow, just know that that's the universe validating that you're headed the right way. Now, it's interesting that we had the butterflies and the releasing happening in the ask for a sign, because so far we have believe in yourself and ask for a sign. Believe in yourself when it comes to the battles that you're fighting. Ask for a sign emotionally. Ask for a sign when it comes to like completions and the way that you feel. So the butterflies is interesting because now we have the death card coming up. So no doubt about it, you guys are definitely going through some transformations this month. And the death card is all about completions and rebirth. So Aries, you are going, and it's so weird, the Pisces Aries cusp, so the people who are born not quite Pisces, not quite Aries, that they fall in the middle, it's the cusp of rebirth. And this is what Scorpio is, death and rebirth. So we have that cusp of rebirth coming up in March. So it's very interesting here that you're going through so many completions. I don't see this as literal death. I surely hope not, but who knows? Some of you could really be experiencing that on a very physical, logical way. But this card, it's not really meant to be interpreted like that. This symbolizes the rebirth that occurs when things end. So Aries, if there's been any endings, and since this is the December reading, I wanted to do a yearly reading, and I guess that's what this could be. If some of you can relate to that. Because I believe in completions, and we're actually in a completing month. You know, we're in the 12th month. So 1 + 2 is 3, and that's the Trinity of the universe. So we are going through a lot of completions right now. If you're wondering why things are just leaving your life all of a sudden, or just entering your life all of a sudden, or I don't know about you, but things just aren't the way that they were 4 months ago, 5 months ago, even yesterday. Like, I've been going through so many changes too. So it's no surprise to see this going on in the Aries reading. This is a Scorpio energy as well. So there could be something here with a Scorpio energy. And if you're not an Aries dealing with a Scorpio, then your ruling planet is in your 8th house. Okay, so let's talk about that a little bit, because this is coming up with the expression card. So not only do you want to express what's dead in your life, like, and I don't mean that literally, but some of you, it could be. Some of you might need to express the feelings that you feel about a person who's passed on, okay? And I feel that one of you, or a couple of you, or a handful of you are reaching out energetically to me right now saying, you know, you're thinking of someone who's died. you're thinking of someone who's passed away, and that's what this death card means for you. And you really want to express your emotions, right? We did have the believe in yourself in the guy that was avoiding his emotions here, okay? So you don't want to be avoiding your emotions, Aries. You want to communicate, and you're a sign of expression. Fire means express. So you want to express, you know, what this death card means to you. And for others of you who aren't dealing with death and friends, families, or anything like that, you want to express the transformations that you're going through. And it's so interesting that that there was asked for a sign with the butterflies, because these cards might relate here. But you want to express what has changed in your life, okay? Because this card talked about how ugly something can be, right? Death is a very harsh thing. Not many people understand it. We don't really have a full understanding of death or birth here in this realm because we're human, okay? And our human consciousness can only go so far. But there's a lot of light in this card as well. It's just like Scorpio. Scorpio seems very dark, right? But they're actually very pure people. So death seems like a bad thing. But when we die, I guarantee you, we realize how much of a beautiful journey. Just like in the movie Hook, he says to die would be a great adventure. And, you know, I don't want to die anytime soon, but I'm really working on not being afraid of death at the same time. So with that being said, you don't want to be afraid of the things that are kind of withering away and dying in your life right now, Aries, because they don't serve you anymore. You don't want to be afraid of the changes that you've went through this year. You know, so I want you to take a look back. Take a look back at all that you've left in this year, and all that you've left behind, all that you've came to. So when you leave something, you approach something. When you leave something, you approach something. Okay? So I want you to keep that in mind too, that if you left a certain relationship, you then gave the universe the ability to open another door for you. If you close a door, it's like one door closes, another door open kind of thing. I don't know why that's coming up, but that's what I'm seeing. And I just want you to know that for every death, there is a rebirth, and energy can't die. That's the most beautiful thing to realize, is that energy can only be transformed. It can't die. So just know that if there's certain relationships within family members, or if there's certain relationships, and they're probably emotional relationships, because I see the 10 of Cups here. And that is a completion, right? That's a 10. So the number 10 in numerology means new beginnings and endings. 10 is 5 twice. 5 plus 5 is 10. You know, and 1 plus 0, so 10 is 1 and 0. 1 plus 0 is 1 still. So it's interesting that an ending is the same thing as a beginning. And there's a lot of things that are ending and beginning at the same time in December for you, okay? There's a lot of transformation going on. And you're just being asked to express that, Aries. And it's interesting that this lady has an umbrella behind her. She's like, it's kind of a comfort thing, right? And I've never explained this card like this, but it's coming up in your reading. So we have this girl here, and she has these wings, and she has this umbrella that's hiding her wings. And it's not really hiding it, it's a way of protection. It's kind of like shelter. So some of you could be taking shelter from your expression right now, but Spirit is asking you to come out from anything that you're hiding underneath. You could be hiding underneath your own wings, or, you know, trying to shelter yourself a bit from all these transformations that are happening. But I want you to embrace, you know, these changes. I want you to embrace what has changed about you, and what has died and what's reborn about you, Aries. Who are you now? You know, you guys are the first house of self. So you could be changing, you know, you as a person could be changing. And I think all of us are on different levels. So really, really express that, Aries. If there's a person from your past that, you know, one thing I really don't like is how even if you change, even if we change as people, there's always going to be those people that don't change around us. And so they approach us at the same level that they've always been on when we've elevated up all the way up here. So the fact that they come to us at the level that we're already used to them being at, sometimes it can kind of drag us down, right? And it's interesting that I'm saying that because this is going back to this energy. They're trying to drag you down. So those people, the enemies, the people that you feel are poking and prodding at your new beginnings, those are the people that you need to express to most, okay? Make sure you're expressing to the people who you don't want in your life anymore, or make sure you're expressing to people who you know, maybe they're wondering what's going on with you, Aries. But the main point here is that it's actually, I'm a pretty expressive person. I do have Aries in the 3rd house, so I communicate like an Aries. And I show a lot of expression through my words, and that's interesting, okay, because you guys are the top dog fire signs. You guys are like the head fire sign. So when I communicate, it can come out very passionately. It can come out very blunt and bold. But to be honest, that's the way that I express, through my Aries house. So we can look at where Aries is in our chart. So if you're watching this video, you either have an Aries sun or a moon or a rising, or you're watching because you're dealing with an Aries or whatever. But just know, wherever your Aries energy is, it's where you need to express the most, okay? So if you're an Aries watching this, your sun sign is in Aries. And the sun represents awareness. It represents our physical being in our lives. So you want to express what you're aware of. I think a lot of you Aries have become a lot more aware of things around you. You could be awakening, and you could be starting the path of enlightenment, or just a new spiritual path, okay? And it's interesting that believe in yourself came up, because we are in the 9th house of beliefs right now. And it's interesting that you're the house of self. So in Sagittarius season, that's when Aries needs to believe in their self the most, because it combines the 1st and the 9th house together. Believing in self, okay? Sagittarius is all about belief. It's all about higher knowledge. So for Aries people, when Sagittarius, since they're a fire sign as well, it's like you change how much you believe in yourself. And whether that's a good or bad thing is up to you. But I think it would be a very good thing to express your newfound beliefs. And maybe you're believing in yourself in a whole nother new way. You know, you've asked for a sign, and maybe the sign was to express yourself more. I have no idea. Maybe the way that you're expressing yourself is transforming, Aries, because I do see this with the death card here. Some of you may need to express yourself to a Scorpio, or to a Scorpio energy, you know. And if it's not a Scorpio, there's intense people, because, you know, Scorpios are pretty intense. They're pretty intimidating. So if you're not needing to express yourself to a Scorpio, then you're needing to express yourself to someone who has Scorpio-like energy. So if you're dealing with an intense person who's kind of intimidating, and let me tell you, if you intimidate an Aries, and I don't mean to do this to you guys, because I know you don't like to be, well, I don't think all of you like to be made out to be these big old bully characters. I don't think that about you, Aries, but you are intimidating. You know, you just have a rather intimidating energy. Even the little small children. I watch a 2-year-old Aries sometimes, and he bosses me around sometimes. I'm like, okay, Aries, whatever you want, dude. Like, you know, I'm a Pisces. Pisces is right next to Aries on the chart. So I just get Aries, and it's fine. Plus, I have Aries in the 3rd house, so it's easy to talk to you guys. So yeah, you know, you guys could very well be dealing with an intimidating energy in your life. You could be dealing with a person who's changing a lot, or you could be the person that's changing a lot. But either way, you need to take less shelter from that. Don't hide it, and you need to spread your wings and express anything that's coming up in that kind of area. Express in a pure way. Okay, this could be Mars. Oh, wow. Yeah, this is also Mars, you guys. Mars is about expression. Mars is your ruling planet. So Mars in Scorpio right now, it's really asking you guys could use this energy. So just know that in our actual universe, Mars, it has entered Scorpio. It's been there since the 8th. I don't know how it's making Scorpio feel. I hope that they're expressing their feelings too. So this is expressing your feelings, Aries. That's why you might need to ask a sign. Ask for a sign about this 10 of Cups. But yes, this is definitely Mars energy, right? This is Mars really initiating transformations and new beginnings with the way that you express yourself. Mars is the planet of expression and fire and all that. So Mars and Scorpio could be helping some of you. Now, if you're dealing with an aggressive Scorpio, you're going to need to express yourself definitely to them. So let's move on here. A lot of powerful messages. Like I said, this could be a longer video, guys. I use your video. You know, after I do the Aries video, I kind of know the time limit that I should do everybody else. And, you know, these are pretty thorough readings. I mean, it's 9 cards twice. So it's a total of 18 cards. And I don't like to rush messages. So now this message is rather straightforward, Aries. It's coming through very strongly. We have love yourself. Okay? So loving yourself is really, 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 really important, especially for emotional stability. This is coming up beneath believe in yourself. So you're being asked to believe in yourself. You're being asked to love yourself. You're being asked to, you know, it's like this girl, she really wants a hug from someone else, but she's decided to hug herself because the person who, you know, I just touched my lipstick. Oh, well. But the person that she wants to hug her is not around. They're not acting right. They don't want to be with her. For whatever reason, she's being led to love herself. And let me tell you, I started the self-love journey about 2 years ago, and it has been so empowering. So I do hope that there's Aries out there that are loving themselves and that are, you know, holding your own hand. You know what I mean? You know, I know sometimes we wait for certain people to hold our hands and to be there for us, but when we love ourselves instead, we're able to open that door of attraction for someone else. It wasn't until I loved myself, I'm so serious. It wasn't until I loved myself that I was able to become an energy that was even worthy of my twin flame, right? Like I couldn't even attract my twin flame in until I loved myself as much as she could. You know what I mean? So you really want to be loving on yourself right now. And for a small few of you, I am seeing that this is a melanin person, a person with melanated skin. So this is like an African American, okay? I'm mixed. I'm black and white. So for some of you, you need to hear that, I don't know if there's any race issues going on. There's plenty of race issues going on in the world. So if some of you feel insecure about your skin color, or someone somewhere is making you feel insecure about your skin color, you need to believe in yourself and you need to love yourself, because everybody's born the way that they're supposed to be born, and we are this way for a reason, okay? And if it's not skin color, there's something else about you. There's other Aries dealing with something else. It could be I'm seeing a weight issue for someone. Some of you feel like you're a little heavy or something like that, but you better love on yourself, okay? I don't care what shape, what color, what size, I don't care what skin color you are, I don't care. Everyone's different, and I love people who are different, and you need to love yourself too, you know? So this is coming up with a beautiful Love Yourself card. I love that these cards came out together. We have the Ace of Cups. So Aries, there's no doubt about it that there's a lot of emotion right now for you. I think when Aries goes through changes, especially changes with the self, I feel that you guys, you know, it brings in a lot of emotion. And that's why, you know, there's certain things dying about you guys in order for you to be reborn. And you're being reborn in the sense that you need to express that. All right, and there's so many emotions that you guys need to express too: anger, sadness, loss, confusion, happiness. I don't want to be just negative here, but any emotion. This is emotion pouring out, and you're being invited to drink from the Ace of Cups. The Ace of Cups is a cup that never stops flowing, and we see this purity up here. We have this dove that is flying. So there's a lot here with taking flight. Okay, Aries, and you need to take flight in this new emotional, this is new love as well. So that's really weird that we have love yourself and then a new love coming in. Okay, Aries, if you love yourself, and I don't mean, oh, let me just love myself, let me pretend to love myself. Like, there is no, you can't pretend to love yourself. It's something you either do or you don't. So we may need to, you know, pull out a piece of paper and reflect on whether it is or not. Like, what does it look like when you love yourself, right? What does it look like when a person loves themselves? Well, they're very happy regardless of what's going on. Even though they're lonely, they're connecting with the universe, and they've talked to the universe. They say, you know, universe, I really want a love right now. I really want a partner, but I'm gonna trust that everything's in divine order. I trust that my higher self is looking down at me, and that love will enter my life when it's meant to be. I do want to set myself the intent to find love. Universe, I want love. Universe, I am ready for love. Can you help me love myself? And you know, you really want to think of the main parts of yourself that you don't like. Those are the parts of yourself that need love the most, okay? So you want to have these emotional waters just pour down on you that feel, this lady, she feels a little bit insecure, you know, but she is trying to comfort her own self. So there's some self-comforting going on this month, Aries. And, you know, you want to believe in yourself enough to love yourself. Believe in yourself enough that there is love out there for you. Everybody has love. Everybody, there's some type of love, whether it comes through friendship, whether it comes through family. I don't know. But there's new love here. And it could be a new self-love. Some of you could be starting a new journey when it comes to self-love. Some of you really do have love coming in, because the Ace of Cups talks about new love. Okay, the cups are about emotion, all right? And I'm not going to say that this is a water sign, but for some of you, it could be a water sign since there's a cup here. But for some of you, it's not a water sign. It's any other zodiac sign. except it's someone who's very emotional, right? Because that's what you guys are wanting. You're wanting to connect with someone on an emotional level to a certain degree. I don't think all Aries are wanting that emotional, but you guys are transforming into emotional people and into more expression of the emotion. So if you express that emotion within yourself, and if you love yourself like this lady is doing here, this is what the angels are telling me, is that you're being led to love yourself. Hug yourself, love yourself, nurture yourself, be there for yourself, be your own best friend, and look what comes in for you. You just start, even if you start feeling fulfilled on your own, even if you just feel fulfilled on your own, there's new fulfillment coming in. So to have, remember how I said there was no 11 of Cups? Well, there is in your motherfucking reading. That is so awesome. The 10 of Cups and the Ace of Cups. It doesn't get any better than that. So in December, there's a lot of emotions coming in, and this doesn't have to be a bad thing, but this is emotional contentment. Okay, the emotions are really flowing. Okay, we have 10 cups and we have this Ace of Cups that's going to continue to fill those cups, and it's really, really important that you guys are loving yourself. Okay, make sure that you're loving yourself right now. Write a list out of everything you don't like about yourself and send love to those parts of yourself, because Aries, there's something coming in for you, and it's going to be very important that you have learned the lesson of self-love before this comes in, okay? Or you might miss an opportunity. Someone might come in that really does love you, but you might not be attracted to them because you're still blinded, you're still in an insecure spot. You know, I'm telling you, it's very important that we love ourselves. So we have the Make-A-Wish card, okay? We had the Star card come out. So there's a lot of wishing here for you, Aries. So, you know, I don't know if you're a wishing kind of person. I wish on all kinds of stuff. 11/11, I make a wish. You know, I like wishbones, and I love the little fountains in the mall. I make wishes when I throw a coin in. I make wishes on my birthday. I make wishes on stars. You can always make a wish. You don't need to wait for some type of beautiful lineup of in the mall with the fountain, or a wishing well, or a birthday candle. You know, you need to make a wish before your birthday. That's all the way in March and April. So you need to make a wish, Aries. You know, whether you're just concentrating before you go to sleep at night, you can always talk to the universe about what you wish for. So this card is very straight to the point. There's a wish that you want. There's hopes. This is your hopes, dreams, and desires, and it's making a wish. Now the card that came out with this is the Ace of Swords. So we had two ace cards, the Ace of Cups, and we had the Ace of Swords. So there's a lot here about communicating your emotions, okay? We had that up there at the top with expressing the transformation. So you really do want to use this Ace of Cups in order for self-fulfillment. And this could be a new love that you're communicating with for some of you as well, because, you know, the Ace of Cups is new love. The Ace of Cups is newfound emotional. This is, you know what this card means. Going back real quick to the Ace of Cups. I remember reading up on this card a few days ago. And the Ace of, because I kept getting this card, actually. This card kept coming out for me in the beginning of December. So I was like, you know, let me just do a little bit of touching up on my understanding of this. So not only is it drinking from this Ace of Cups, but it's also coming out of a period of where it's like for so long you didn't want to express your emotions. You kept your emotions hidden, and it's so interesting that we had that expression card with her. I seen that umbrella as her trying to hide herself a little bit. But that is what's transforming, and that part of you is dying. And when, you know what new part, you know, okay, so what, it died. The part of you that doesn't want to express their emotions, for some of you enlightened Aries, you've let that part of you go. You don't want to be that character who just tries to act like they don't have any emotions. You know, you actually have a lot of emotions, and you're actually ready to express them to a person. No wonder you want to ask for a sign with the 10 of Cups. No wonder you're trying to, you know, we started the reading with you avoiding your emotions. So this is really coming up in your reading. And, you know, the Ace of Cups, it talks about being ready finally to express your emotion. So you might be finally ready to express your emotion to yourself, okay? You might believe in yourself in ways in December, since it's Sagittarius season. Sagittarius energy could be applying this kind of belief to self for Aries. And with that, you are letting these waters pour over you. And I'm telling you, new love, that is like the perfect ingredients for new love to come in. So if you are doing that, if this applies to you, oh, I'm so proud of you. And then we have this wish, you know, coming right out of the sky. So for some of you, you want to communicate with someone, Or you just, and it's so interesting because we had that full moon. And this is underneath ask for a sign, where there was a big, big, big full moon in the picture. So right underneath that, oh, you can see it a little bit, but I guess you can't see up here. But this is where we're at right here in the reading, guys. Making a wish. So it's interesting that making a wish and ask for a sign, those cards are right beneath and below each other. And they kind of go hand in hand because we have two people looking up to the sky, right? But the full moon was in Gemini. And this is an air energy. This is a communication energy. So some of you, the wish might have had something to do with communication, is what I want to say. It might have something to do with communicating with a certain person, communicating your emotions. But either way, Aries, the Ace of Swords is great communication. So whether you're communicating with people or if you're communicating with spirit, you have the Ace of Swords. This is the best that communication gets, in my opinion. So your emotions are Ace, your communication is Ace, and you can use this Ace of Swords to make a wish. And if you make a wish, this could be certain divine energies. You see how this hand is kind of coming out of the sky? Well, it's going to communicate this wish right back to you. And it's interesting that we have the air energy coming in, because now we have the Page of Swords. But we're going to go over... So it's so interesting, all right? So we're getting a little bit into your future, but it is the 13th. So I'm going to go ahead and say that this is around right now, the energy that we're at. So you're going to make a wish soon, or by the time I get this video loaded, you could have already made this wish. Some of you could be ahead of the game, and you could have made this wish on the full moon, which was the 3rd. So that was the very beginning of December. But it's so interesting that we have the Ace of Swords, and then Spirit showed me the Page of Wands, or the Page of Swords, because this is a new beginning energy. So for these energies to come out right after each other, it's just really speaking to me. There's something new that starts up in the middle of December, headed towards the end of December. This is the middle, though. This is mid-December. I don't know why, but I'm seeing either the 15th or the 16th or the 17th or the 18th or the 19th. And then when we get into the 20th, we're getting into the kind of, but this is fluid. These energies can happen anytime. But that's just what I'm picking up on. So we have the Ace of Swords, which is also new beginnings. Any ace is new beginnings. So new beginnings in emotions, new beginnings in communication, which we know that because we have that 3rd house full moon for Aries. But then we have the Page of Swords. So this is another communication air energy. For some of you, this could be involving a Libra or a Gemini or an Aquarius. So, it's interesting that I just feel a very strong new beginning. And for some of you, I see that this is a new beginning of clarity, because we see the clouds in the back here. And I don't see too many clouds in your reading, Aries. So I do see a newfound level of mental clarity. And I think that might be Mercury retrograde in your 9th house. A lot of this might be Mercury retrograde in your 9th house, because Mercury could have traveled back in time to kind of show you things in a different way. So now you're this Page of Swords. Anytime we see a Page of Swords, we have the Page of Pentacles here as well. And there's all these pages, and it means a new beginning. It means, so this is actually communication coming in pretty quickly too. This is like some kind of truth message. So you could get clarity, because the clouds, it's like I feel like this guy is chopping through the clouds that are behind him. And then we see these birds flying in the distance. So you are able to take flight in a certain situation after you or someone else delivers a certain truth about something, okay? So there's a lot of truth here. You're going to get some type of truthful message. I mean, we have the Ace of Swords too. So this is a lot of truth here, a lot of truth around the middle of December. So coming up here in a few days, it could be the new moon in Sagittarius around the 18th. That you really get this message. Now, this could come as a text message. This could come as a phone call or something on social media. Since we're in 2017, the Page of Swords can very much mean a text message or a voicemail. But whatever it is, it's communication in a very straightforward way. For some of you, this is going to transform you, because we have the Death card that's right above this energy. So when I see that, I know that the energies kind of play. So you want to be expressing your truth right now, Aries. And you're the only one who knows your truth. So you want to express this newfound truth that you have. And you want to ask for a truthful sign. If you feel that you're being lied to, if you don't have clarity on a situation, just ask the universe for a sign. So, and this is going to be that sign. And it's coming up with show appreciation. So you want to express your appreciation to certain people, places, and things right now too. And we have this lovely lion or tiger, sorry. So this is really reminding me of fire energy. Just because Leo is the, lion and tigers and bears, oh my. So you want to show appreciation, and this is kind of fierce, okay? So I kind of like this card. And this lady is leading this tiger to drink. And this reminds me of, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. So, there's certain people that if they're just not, if they're not walking by your side, and if they're not going to the same places as you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. But I see a rather scary beast. Tigers are usually pretty intimidating and scary, but we have this angel here that just loves this tiger. She trusts this tiger. This tiger could maul her right now, right? But he's just drinking. He's just replenishing himself, and that's kind of like showing appreciation. So maybe she appreciates this kind of tiger. So there may be a tiger character in your life, whether it be a Leo or just someone who's feisty and fiery. There's some kind of beast, right? And this is, you're communicating. There's some type of newfound truth. So this could be the beast that's inside you. I do see some of you as this beautiful angel character, and then also leading certain parts of you that, and this is so beautiful. I'm getting so much imagery. It's tying into your whole reading, because remember, we have this Ace of Cups, which is showing me that some of you were in a very harsh state. You didn't want, you disconnected emotionally, but now you're ready to love yourself and to love other people and to let love into your life. So for some of you, this tiger is that part of you that didn't want to show emotions, and look at him now. He's drinking from this water very calmly, and it's because an angel helped him or her. So some of you could have received, divine help, especially in Sagittarius season. But, and I think this goes a lot of different ways. For some of you, this tiger is a boyfriend or girlfriend, or a person you work with, or a love interest. But for some of you, this tiger is a metaphor for that beast inside yourself that is now approaching emotions in a calmer way. And I think that you're being true to yourself about that. And perhaps it was mental clarity making you avoid your emotions anyways. So there's a message there coming in, a very truthful message, and if not, it's just a new beginning. We have this full moon in Gemini playing an effect this month in December, and Gemini energy brings the truth, okay? Gemini energy, they're the messenger of God. So there are going to be some certain messages here that if they haven't been delivered already, they are definitely coming middle and end of December. So that's beautiful. And this is what I would say, this is the most intense part of your reading, Aries. So we have divine purpose, and I be darned if I don't see a rainbow in this card. So going back to this Ten of Cups, you see these two rainbows? This is so beautiful. Spirit is so awesome. So remember, I was telling you that if you see a rainbow this month, or a butterfly this month, that it was a sign from Spirit that you're doing the right thing. So some of you, Aries, are really focused on your divine purpose, all right? Some of you are really focused on your divine purpose this month. And I see that you've surrendered to it. This angel, she's really kneeled down. And I don't really see this as a sad energy. I see that she's just completely surrendered to her divine purpose, And I think this ties into the emotions as well. Okay, but this is very, very powerful. And I'm seeing this rainbow as is actually, like, I even remembered it. When I seen the rainbow, I was like, oh, that means that they're on the right path. So some of you really are, but make sure your heads are up so that you can see it. Because some of you aren't going to see this rainbow because you're feeling low and you're feeling down and you're not loving yourself, right? So you want to love yourself, and you want to keep your eyes open and hopeful. You want to, own your emotions, because if you're not, all your emotions are going to stay inside and your head is going to be down during a very beautiful moment. I don't know what that means for you, Aries, but I'm seeing that it's very, this is almost like divine timing. But this is your divine purpose coming up. And let me tell you, the end of December is going to be so important for you guys. And I'd love to see your comments to let me know, like, when December's over, comment and let me know how the last week went, because energetically it looks really intense. The middle looks pretty intense too, but it's more so beginnings and things like that, and some type of truthful message. But then the divine purpose is coming up. So Aries, make sure that you're seeing this rainbow. Make sure your chakras are in line. Make sure that even if you are having a low moment like this, that you're loving yourself and showering yourself, and that you're not letting people lie to you about your own truth and things like that. Okay, that your divine purpose is coming up, and all of us have a different divine purpose. But I'm asking you, and the angels are asking you, to look deep inside yourself and reflect on the year that you've had. Reflect on the time that you've spent on this planet. All of us know, we're born knowing our divine purpose, okay? And it's kind of interesting to say that, right? Because we forget it sometimes, but we never forget the feeling. So you want to ask yourself what it is that just makes you feel so happy. So if you're thinking of a certain service that you offer the world, or if you're thinking of a certain something, it's a situation, but I just want you to focus on the feeling that it gives you, because that's how you're going to know if it's your divine purpose. And there's going to be certain people, no wonder death was coming up in the beginning of the month, because there are certain people, places, and things that need to die in your life, because look at the energy. Now, when we're dealing with the divine purpose, people who don't align with that, they have to go, and it's not to be mean, it's just to be in alignment. I don't know about you, but I care a lot about being in alignment with the universe. So we want to connect here at the end of December with our divine purpose. Even if you just sit down and write out what you believe your divine purpose is. And it's interesting that this is coming up with love yourself, believe in yourself. Believe in yourself and love yourself, and you will find your divine purpose in this world. And your divine purpose, it has to do with who you're with. It has to do with where you're at, what you're doing. I strongly believe that my divine purpose is to read tarot. And not only read tarot, but to reach out to people and spread these powerful messages for spirit. And I know that because before I go to sleep, I think of tarot. In my dreams, I'm dreaming about tarot. When I wake up, it's one of the first things I think about, and it's the feeling of fulfillment. It's the feeling of fulfillment, I don't know if you can see that very well, but no wonder emotional fulfillment is coming up, because it has something to do with your divine purpose. Your divine purpose is going to make you feel like this 10 of Cups. It's going to make you feel very full, like to the point where you want to cry, okay? This is coming up in your reading, you guys. It is. So whatever makes you feel emotionally filled, because that's what tarot does for me. That's what talking to people does for me. That's what astrology does for me. So what is it for you, Aries? Make sure at the end of December, make sure on the 18th, when we have a new moon in Sagittarius, that you're reflecting on your belief and that you're reflecting on your own truth. That's what this month was about for you. It was about you finding out more. You expanded your awareness of your own truth, obviously. I see lots of truth here. And you also expanded the belief in yourself and beliefs that you have. And the divine purpose is validated by a very, very, very interesting card, Judgment. This is the Pluto card. And it is also very interesting. We have Archangel, I believe that is either Gabriel or Raphael. All right, so there is an archangel here in this picture, but the trumpet of truth is being played for you. And it's so interesting that at the beginning of the reading, we had this kind of, the death. There is actually a person who has died, right? These people have experienced a loss. Okay, these people have experienced a loss. And then this protected figure with this beautiful white flower as a flag comes in to show you that there is beauty in death, and that there's a rebirth. And at the end of the bottom of your reading, we have straight up evidence that there is life after death. Okay, these people are rising from their graves. Okay, so it's literally death and rebirth here. Okay, and Pluto is ruled by Scorpio. So I'm like seriously so taken aback by these energies. Like, this is so beautiful. This is death and rebirth right here in your reading. So let those parts die of you, Aries. Express what's dead, because it has to do with your divine purpose. The things that have died in your life, because there's this worry that we have, right? Death seems so permanent, right? But see, that's not actually the case, because there's life after death, I believe. There's reincarnation. So we can apply that to the metaphorical things that die in our life as well. So if we believe that we can be reincarnated when we die, then if a certain relationship ends, or if a certain job ends, or if something about us just ends, it can be reincarnated, right? But it's going to be in a more beautiful way. Things die when what they are is no longer serving them, you know? So that's kind of interesting to believe, you know, when we have people that die here in this realm. And I strongly believe it's because it's like a, you know, when a snake sheds its skin, it's because it can't fit there anymore. So Aries, in December, you've outgrown your environment. And there's just certain things that need to die, but you are being awakened. The trumpet of truth is playing for you, and it's going to wake you up. For those Aries whose heads are down and, you know, you don't see your wings anymore, you're not seeing your divine purpose, you're not seeing emotional fulfillment, you're not seeing the signs. That's why you need to ask for a sign. That is so, your reading makes so much sense. Ask for a sign. It came out with this rainbow, right? So ask for a sign about your divine purpose. And those of you who aren't seeing it, those of you who don't ask for a sign, maybe you didn't get to watch my video, so there could be some areas that forget to ask for a sign, and they don't find their emotions. They keep their emotions pent up, right? They don't believe in themselves. So their heads are going to be down during this beautiful moment, but it's okay, because the trumpet's going to play, and it's going to awaken things inside of you that have been sleeping for so long. That is such a beautiful message there. The angels are going to play the trumpet of truth. And no wonder that we have these two truthful energies coming up in your reading, right? And it's interesting that Gemini energy plays a factor in this, because it's the trumpet of truth that is playing for you here, and it wakes you up to your divine purpose at the end of the month. So don't worry about these energies that started off the month. You handle them, I'm seeing, with truth and power and new beginnings. And your divine purpose comes in at the end of the month here. And then we move on to freedom. When you find your divine purpose, it's a freeing feeling. This is like the Fool card in regular tarot. The Fool card is related to Aries because it's the number 0. It's like the first card. And they're both taking a risk. They're jumping. The Fool card is at the tip of an edge, and he's about to jump off. This person has completely surrendered. And I believe I mentioned surrender in your reading, that you just surrender to it. Well, this person has. This angel has really surrendered, and she is taking a leap. She's taking a jump. And you know, it's a lot easier to take a jump and to take a risk and to take a leap when you find your divine purpose. So after you discover a little bit more about your divine purpose, you really spread your wings. You're really pure, and you feel very free. And the Page of Pentacles is coming out with this card. So the Page of Pentacles, just like we had the Page of Swords, it's a new beginning. It's the beginning of something, right? This guy is holding up this pentacle as if he just found it, just like the Page of Swords is holding on to this sword as if he just found it. So this is a real new beginning. Pentacles are not only an earth energy, so Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn, but if it doesn't have to do with those signs, it has to do with what those signs represent. So this could be even a new beginning with money. You could be feeling more free in your finances, or since you've really discovered, it's like, I feel like you guys are really deep. Like, you're really seeing money, and you're seeing all these earthly things in such a new way that you're not held down by it anymore. You know, it's interesting that we had those butterflies releasing. So if you release these transformations that you have in the beginning of the month out into the universe, and if you ask for a sign, it's really going to pay off for you this month. And the truth is really going to come in a few days for those of you who did ask for a sign, or who it's never too late to ask for a sign. But you want to let these transformations go, because they're definitely going to come back to you. This is also a second chance with your divine purpose. So if any of you have strayed from your divine path, the Judgment card is talking about a second chance, right? These people have died. They're dead, but they get arisen again. This angel comes back because they have unfinished business. So there could have been a part of you that died, Aries, this year. And you know, I usually like to think of this as a good thing, but sometimes we kill off parts of ourselves that we actually need. So you're being reborn here. So death and rebirth is literally coming up in your reading, and you're so free after that. You're so free after that. And it starts this new beginning. And this could be this is something that you see, okay? It's not the cups, it's not swords, it's not wands. The pentacles represent what is very real. So this is real money. This is something that you can see and touch and feel, and you know that it's there. So if it's not talking about that, it's talking about the freedom really being something that you can feel and that you can see. Like, you're going to be able to see it and you're going to value it. So you value freedom, because pentacles are all about value, right? So you value freedom. You value new beginnings in your life. You value yourself, Aries. You value the belief that you have in yourself. You value your expression, and you value the wish that you... This could very much be... it is. This is coming right underneath. This is the Make-A-Wish, Ace of Swords. So you need to use your voice. Say it out loud. Whatever you wish for, say it out loud. Okay? It's very important that you're showing appreciation for this wish, and that... Okay, I watched this, the Peace Dealer. His name is Magic Mike, and he's teaching this thing right now. And with air being a thing right now, with the full moon in Gemini, it's a very simple meditation, and all you have to do is breathe in gratitude, breathe in satisfaction. So you want to breathe in for at least 4 seconds, and when you breathe in, think about things that you're grateful for. Or think about things that make you satisfied. I'm sorry. I don't know, I'm being a little confused. So breathe in 4 seconds, and during those 4 seconds, imagine a life. Here we go. Imagine this, Aries. Imagine what makes you feel fulfilled and satisfied and content. And when you breathe out gratitude. Show appreciation for the universe. I believe that I was really supposed to tell you that, especially because it's connected to the air energy, right? And Magic Mike is a Gemini. The Peace Dealer is a Gemini. And he's really been teaching that kind of, and it's not easy to maintain that breath. Just go ahead and try it. 5 minutes doesn't seem like a long time, but distractions will come, and certain entities will come and try to distract you, because it's very powerful it's rhythmic breathing. And breathing is the key to life. You know, it's the breath of life. So breathe in what satisfies you. Breathe in satisfaction, breathe out gratitude. Breathe out and thank the universe as if your wishes already came true. So it's so interesting that Make-A-Wish and show appreciation came up with both air energies, because it's really showing me that message that Magic Mike had will help you, Aries. So if you want to watch Magic Mike, he's the Peace Dealer, he's Mystic Illuminations, and he's awesome. He goes live sometimes, he does readings, he's just awesome. And maybe you'll watch a video where he's talking about that breathing exercise, but it really works. So breathe in satisfaction, think of all the things that satisfy you, and breathe out appreciation and gratitude to the universe as if your wish is already granted. And I promise you, you will attract this energy. So, you know, we are free, and you're valuing your freedom, and I think you're free to spend money on these new beginnings. There's a lot here, but I'm loving that the Page of Pentacles is, you know, this is a rather flying energy, but you have a grounded energy to back it up. So where you're taking leaps, but you're also on the ground as well. So some of you are as above, so below right now. All right, that's what I'm seeing here is as above, so below. And then the last card we have for you, Aries, is very interesting. We have patience, okay? So I feel the need to talk really softly when I'm talking about the patience card, because it's just a softer energy. And, you know, I see if there's any other cards here. I do see, I guess it's only these two, so I'm going to relate it to this. So you see how these two girls are both kneeling down, and their face is completely, they're kneeling in a little bit of different ways, but their wings are elevated. And so we have divine purpose and patience. So I believe that this is the key to your guys' reading here. And you're asking for a sign, right? Some of you may be a little bit impatient in the beginning of the month, because ask for a sign for emotional stability and emotional contentment. The rainbow's coming up here again for divine purpose. So some of you are asking for a sign to fulfill your divine purpose. You really want to make sure, like, you're an Aries and you're really wanting to do what you're meant to do here. You're worried that you're not on your right path. So you want to ask for a sign. But Spirit is also telling you to be patient, Aries. You know, I don't think that this is a sadness, but it's interesting that these two women are kneeling down. But you know, it might even be a symbol for prayer. You know, it looks like she's more so just doing yoga or something, because she's just really relaxed, and I kind of want to get in that position myself after this video because it looks like it really feels good. Well, I don't know, I just feel a connection here with divine purpose and patience. You know, this is all going to come in for you. Freedom is coming, money is coming, groundedness. Okay, you do want to, there's a patience here with groundedness, because I see this tree. Okay, so there's a patience here. You want to be patient with earth. Everything has its natural timing, right? So the divine purpose, it's really about divine timing. So you want to be patient for the right moment, Aries. Be patient for the right moment to spread your wings, because patience is coming up as at the end of December. And trust me, all the things that we want, all the things that we're wishing for, it's coming. It's, you know, the star card came up for you. Make a wish came up dead smack in the middle of your reading. So the center of your reading is centered on making a wish, and you're being guided to ask for a sign when it comes to that wish. And you're coming from a place of freedom, and you have loving yourself and show appreciation on your side, as long as you believe in yourself and as long as you're expressing these things. But it's so interesting that we have two waiting energies come up for the end of your reading. So it's kind of, I feel a little bit of an anticipation here. Like, it's the ending. What are we being patient for? You know, I took this leap. There was this real, live, physical, tangible thing. And then I landed in a place of patience. So there's something here that's waiting until 2018. There's something in the year of 2018 that happens for you guys. And let me tell you, in 2018, we do have Neptune and Chiron moving into Aries, moving out of Pisces, changing that. So Pisces is really going to hand Aries a lot of this spiritual, okay? A lot of dreams that you have at nighttime. So Pisces energy is really going to hand that off to Aries. Chiron, we'll talk about that later. But just know that there's a lot of spiritual energy coming in for you in 2018. And I believe that's why you're being asked to be patient. Okay, so be patient when it comes to this grounded feeling, all right? Maybe you're not supposed to be on the ground right now, but the card that is validating patience is the Hanged Man. And this is someone who has hung himself by the foot upside down in order to gain enlightenment, okay? So you're gaining enlightenment, Aries. All of you've been through so much, okay? This reading, it couldn't possibly sum up everything. So, you know, sometimes Spirit tells us to take a break and to be patient, because if this door were to open now, you have no idea what would come out of this door. It's going to be, you know, you just got to trust God. Trust the universe that it'll give you certain things at the right time. If we were given love at the wrong time, I mean, some of us have. Some of us got in relationships in our life and it wasn't the right time. And how does it end? Not good. You know, when you rush, it's never, especially when you're being spiritual, it's never good to rush things. So sometimes you have to see things from a different point of view. You know, this is about seeing things from a different perspective. This is a Neptune retrograde card too. You know, and Neptune is direct now, but it's interesting that I was talking to you about Neptune. So Aries, you're being asked to see the situation from a different point of view. See it from an enlightened perspective. Anything that may happen to you, anything that you're going through, even yourself, see life, see people around you from a different angle. You know, this would be interesting if it was reversed, but this is talking about seeing something from a different point of view. And in order to do that, we have to have the patience, right? We have to have patience to be grounded. Excuse me. So I love that came out. I think your reading was very much on point, and it's interesting that I'm seeing that he has trees here up at the top. So there's some type of patience for, you know, I'm seeing a lot of wings, and I feel the energy is a little elevated, and Aries just wants to bring it all down into the real world so that they can feel it and so that they can see it, right? So that you can feel it and so that you can see it. But universe is telling me that there's an important reason why it's going to take time. And maybe at the end of the month, you're going to realize maybe your patience pays off, okay? Because there's things like this happening. There's things like this happening with Aries, okay? So, you know, with those two cards right there, I know I would want to take a kneel. I would want to be patient and pray and meditate. This is praying. This is meditating, because that's what patient people do. They pray and they meditate. You know, and when you pray and meditate, you're able to see things from a different point of view, and you're enlightened. So at the end of the month, you're really being asked to do that, because I believe that January is going to pick up fast for you. And, you know, underneath the reading is the Four of Wands. This is the bottom of the deck for the original tarot. So all this energy has a little bit to do with some type of relationship, some type of celebration, okay? Some type of party or wedding. That is what's under your reading. So to have the Ten of Cups and the Four of Wands in your reading, very, very, very beautiful energies, okay? So just know that everything that we've discussed here in this reading today has an underlying energy of this Four of Wands energy. And right underneath that is the Pisces card. Right underneath that is the moon. So there is certain hidden things, okay? I don't know why I keep doing that. There are hidden energies, there are hidden emotions, and I believe that you're celebrating those emotions. I think that's what the moon in the Four of Wands. And if not, it means the Gemini full moon. The Gemini full moon, it could have really brought up some of these energies for you. Maybe some of you want to get married, or some of you want to celebrate something with another person. You want some sort of union, or you're moving homes. You want to feel stable and emotionally content in your home. So that's the underlying energy here. And then the underlying energy, oh wow, and we have the Mother Mary underneath that. So we have the Mother Mary. And you definitely don't want to shield yourself, Aries, okay? Remember that umbrella with the lady? Don't shield your expression. Don't shield yourself from any light, because there's a lot of loving light energies coming up in your reading. So we have nature. And this card came out for Tarot Tuesday yesterday. So what it means is that, you know, it may do you some good to get outside. It may do you some good to, you know, there is a need for grounding, but you're being patient. You're being patient. Everything is going to ground, Aries. Everything is going to ground. Okay? And it might come out of the sky like a lightning bolt, okay? This is a lot of electricity in your energy, okay? And I'm also seeing this here as mental clarity as well. Something's just going to shock you back in to mental clarity, because we do see the clouds in the background of this card. But this card talked about, I do believe that we should pay attention to what Mother Nature is doing right now. For me, Mother Nature, and this ties into your reading a lot, there's no leaves on the trees. Mother Nature has allowed her leaves to die and fall, and now she's completely vulnerable. There's only tree, and there's snow. So there's some coldness. You know, the universe, people in the universe could feel a little cold right now. And I do see a little bit in that in your reading, but I see you warming up. I see you really coming back to your loving, fiery self. So be that fiery Aries in the winter. We have the winter solstice coming up, things like that. So at the bottom of your reading with the angel cards, we have a need to really connect with the planet Earth. Connect with, you know, the energies of this planet, Aries, because there's a lot that you can learn. So that was your reading, Aries, for December. And I really hope that it was relatable for you. Make sure that you're communicating. Make sure you're using your voice to communicate certain wishes, okay? Because you're in a position to wish right now, and you have the Ace of Swords for that. Beautiful, beautiful reading that I'm seeing here. Believe in yourself. Express yourself. Love yourself. Be patient. Be free. Your divine purpose is coming up. You will learn so much about that. Show appreciation to the universe, Aries. This was a beautiful reading. Thank you so much for watching. Those of you who stuck through the end. This is a longer video here. And I guess I just want to leave you with, you know, December is a pretty intense time. And at the end of the month, we have these holidays that some of us celebrate and things like that. Could be kind of a chaotic time, but just make sure you're spreading love to yourself and others. And make sure that you go into the new year. Make sure you go into the 2018 with clarity and with your grounded in your own energy, okay? This is a very, very, very spiritual time. And, you know, you really want to ask for a sign and make wishes now. And you want to make sure you're believing in yourself. It makes sure that you love yourself, because your divine purpose is really calling out to you. And I think some of you are going to really find out more information about, you know, why you're here and what it is that you can offer this planet. That's why nature was coming up. Still on the bottom. I knew it would be there. That's so weird. Nature is coming up because it talks about connecting to the planet, connecting to Mother Nature, going outside, taking a few fresh breaths, you know. So definitely make sure that you're doing that, Aries. And I love your comments, Aries. Not a lot of you view. Oh, Archangel Metatron came out. Just showing you guys, this is an angel of balance, a Virgo angel. So that's very beautiful there for you too. I'm just kind of shuffling your energy out to give it back to you. I kind of want to start doing that. And we have a few cards popping out, of course, but we're really just clearing them. But yeah, I love your guys' comments. But Aries, I don't really have a lot of Aries viewers, so I pray that more Aries viewers come to my channel. I love Aries people, you know. I want more Aries viewers. I noticed that this month that there are a lot of Cancers and Aries don't, not a lot of views or anything like that. And, you know, I'm just a Pisces, so I like all energy. But, so I do appreciate your comments, guys, and I appreciate, you know, they just mean so much. I trust myself and I believe in my readings, but it matters so much more when you guys hit me up and say, you know, that was so relatable and things like that. So if you have any feedback or if you have any questions, I would love to see your comments below. And other than that, I'll talk to you guys next year in Capricorn season. I wonder what's going to be going on then. Well, Pisces Priestess will try to explain that. See you guys next month. Love you.